Alright, so. And I start again with alright, so, because I do have a correction to make about the first episode of the podcast. And in that first episode, I claim that my mother has had a nose job. Which is not accurate. I have just been informed, but as I've said several times on the podcast, I have a shit memory, and none of that is important. This episode of the podcast I recorded with my girlfriend Brittney, and it's one of my favorite ones so far. So you guys just enjoy the podcast. Love having everybody listening, and yeah, enjoy. Now imagine you are tripping absolute dick on mushrooms. I guess I need to pick it up with my own butthole.
It feels like a magic trick because some people happen.
Why are you asking such deep questions?
Alright, so, at this point, I will have already introduced you in the intro of the podcast. So, I just wanted to mention how, so far, you have been the most difficult guest to schedule. Even though we sleep together in the studio every night. Because, you know, I work so hard. I'm in the studio every day.
The corner of our room.
Yes. Don't tell everyone! You're not supposed to... It ruins the illusion.
Oh, the illusion.
The illusion. Yes. That this is super professional.
It is super professional for what you have available to you. Which is your room.
Yeah.
Our room.
So, how to get this started with somebody that I have conversations with all the time.
24/7.
24/7 is a little bit different, but I feel like having this as like sort of the beginning few podcasts being, you know, people I'm really close to, it's probably a good thing, at least to, you know, draw people in. I think it's... So, if there was one thing that you wanted to, like, tell to, like, just pretend the entire world is listening, what's one thing you would want to say to everybody that it's like, you know, maybe uplifting or nothing?
Well, I thought you didn't finish your sentence because you were like, or.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I'll usually end my sentences with or and,
Well, I
and
mean,
then
I
never
noticed,
finish
but
them.
I know you're being very particular about your podcast, baby, which is, you know, the professionalism that's sort of unprofessional at the moment.
It's just something I love to do. Always have. Just talking to people and getting deep in conversation.
Connection.
What's that?
Connection.
Yes, connection. I love people, you know? Love getting to know people. Getting into the deep depths of their minds.
The whole world. That's a big-ass world.
What's piece of advice, everybody?
Piece of advice? Oh,
I mean,
now you changed it on me.
That's not changing.
Uplifting versus piece of advice is very different for me.
Okay, so what is the difference?
Ooh, the difference. Uplifting, I guess, would go along the lines of, like, positive encouragement.
Okay.
So, like, because I want to say it in the most positive way, but I want to be realistic at the same time when I...
This podcast is not about realism.
I understand that, and I know you, and I know that that's not even a fucking theme in your life. But anyways.
Accurate. The less real, the better.
Dave Ryu. Positive, uplifting thing. You're always enough. In the simplest terms, like, you are always enough. Like, that is plain day. Like, you, in that moment, in every moment, there is enough of what you need available. You just have to figure that out for you, because it's different for everybody. Piece of advice, though.
Yeah.
Piece of advice, though, is...
That seems like advice.
Well, it's just that you're always enough. That's
I guess
just,
that... Yeah,
that's just like a plain...
It's a statement.
Statement-wise. But piece of advice would probably be... My favorite quote is my biggest life lesson from a Papa Doug. So my mom's dad. Is always keep a little bit of you for you. So, like, always keeping that, like, raw, essential essence that is how you feel is you in purest form. That would be the advice for sure.
So,
that's
like,
always made sense to me.
Is it, like, never reveal your true total self? Or it's just, like, never like,
give all up? Yeah, never give up all of yourself to someone else or something else.
I was always told the opposite. If you couldn't tell.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean, that's a...
I was always told marriage is not a 50-50 thing, it's a 100-100 thing,
Mm-hmm.
or like...
That's true. I fully believe that. Like, I know a lot of people that disagree with the fact that, you know, it's a 50-50.
So you're saying it's like a 99-99.
Yeah, because no one is ever at their fullest. Let's be honest. No one is ever fucking 100 all the fucking time. Like,
yeah.
Everyone's got dips and dips and highs, or whatever, hills and valleys, however you want to say it. Whatever, get the gist. But, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like even in fucking friendships, because, like, I've had this conversation a lot with people for the same reason as you. I like to get to know them. I like to know what people are about, so I know if what they're about coincides with, you know, my shit and, you know, doesn't fucking toxify my shit.
What?
Especially marriage. Like, any kind of heavy-duty commitment or responsibility or partnership, I believe is, like, fully, like...
Marriage.
You can always rely on someone. Like, let's say you ain't at a hundo those days. If they are able to, like, you should be able to respect the fact if they are available to fill that extra to get you to a hundo. Or, you know, if they're not, you should still be able to say, okay, well, here's the things that I need.
Yeah.
Or that I'm seeking for the fill of a hundo.
Do you remember?
Communication.
that episode of The Office where Michael tries to start his own company and it's like out of his own house and like they're having a lot of ups and downs throughout the day of like trying to get this business started that he has absolutely no plan for.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Shout out to Lamar, he'll get this.
Duh.
But like sort of towards the end of the day, like at the beginning of the day, Pam was really freaking out and thinking, "Oh my God, this
is she working for Michael?"
Yes,
okay,
she quit.
So she quit and worked for Michael.
She quit to go work for Michael.
Did what's his face go with her?
Who?
Does what's his face go with her? Her
Jim?
Yeah,
Jim is like
when
somebody
is it?
Needs to still make money.
When is it?
Like season 4, I think, late season 4. Possibly.
So are they even together?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah. It might be season 5.
It's skipped
been a while.
around in The Office. I'll put it that way. I've never watched in order ever for The Office.
But anyway.
Shout out to Lamar.
Right.
And you. You do the same thing. Oh, you gotta watch this episode.
Yeah.
Okay. I
exactly.
don't know the storyline, but
just amazing.
I know.
Gotta watch
they
it.
are. I love them. But I like watching things in order most of the time because I like to follow storyline.
But anyway, Pam was really freaking out in the early part of the day where she's like, we gotta get all this stuff sorted out. We gotta find employees, like salespeople. We have to
So she's doing all
get
the work
investors.
per usual.
Yeah, basically. And then, like, towards the end of the day, after all of Michael's harebrained plans have sort of collapsed in on themselves, he is the one freaking out, and she's, like, trying to console him, telling him everything's going to be all right or whatever. And then it does the thing where it's just her talking to the camera by herself. And I forget the fucking quote, but she's talking something about, like, basically what you were just saying, about how sometimes one person is, you know, down in the dumps and in the ditch, and the other person in the partnership needs to step up and be the happy or the, you know, like the consoling one or the level-headed one. Or
in the moment.
In the moment. And it changes moment to moment. Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably a much more accurate summation of how relationships should work rather than, you know, it's a 100, 100.
Yeah, always being, because it's not.
Yeah.
Not realistic.
No. And the people that told me that are divorced now, so, like...
I mean, you don't have good examples ever in your life, so, like, the fact you keep bringing up all the examples ever for marriage, like, duh, you have a negative impact from it.
Yeah. I'm just, like, the ball is in marriage's court now. Like, I'm waiting on marriage to prove itself. And be like, oh no, like, see, these people, they figured it out. See, these, and, like, I'm gonna need, like, 3 examples.
I'm gonna need 3
got,
strong ones here. God,
I've got, like, 6 bad ones. So, like, you know.
I think it's the progression of people's relationships, too, because I think nowadays, you know, the cliche shit you see on the internet about, you know, I used to believe in, like, soulmates and, like, you know, there's this one person out there, but fuck that. No, bruh. No, you can be obsessed with someone, or, like, there can be an unhealthy infatuation, or, you know, somehow you feel like you vibe with someone that they belong with you.
Yeah.
Which in all reality is you just falling in love with a person and choosing to stay in love with them and, like, do all the things to, you know, fluctuate that balance to 100.
I feel like if there's not soulmates, there's at least soul bonds that get made.
Yeah,
like,
well, everything is
like
part of one thing, so it's just how close are you going to get to each of those things? Or how close are you willing to get to each of those things to maintain a good, healthy balance?
Look at you over here being way more scientific than my woohoo nonsense. And you're the fucking hippie.
Duh!
I mean, I've also pretty much been a hippie for a long time. I just didn't know that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of the same way through high school. And then, like... God damn it, I'm a walking cliche. I hate it so much, but I love it so much. Because I'm perfect. So, when I found yoga...
Yeah.
it, like, changed my life. But for real, though, like, I was actually talking about this with a friend at lunch who is also, like, you know, right along the path of just being a decent fucking human. It doesn't take much to be a decent fucking human.
Yeah.
All it is caring about other people and continuing to choose not to react in fucking crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
And just, you know,
accept. I mean,
it's a lot of acceptance.
You
and
say it's not that hard, but it is.
It is. Like I said, acceptance is hard. It's not that hard to care. Like, to actually genuinely care.
Yeah.
But the difficult part is in the reality of what you do in the moment. And how you handle the tough shit.
How did yoga help you realize that?
Because it made me focus on myself. Like,
yeah.
And I didn't do that on a regular basis. Like, of course, you know, everyone focuses on themselves. But...
It's like...
Forgiving myself.
Yeah.
You know, you're your own worst enemy.
Right.
Anybody is. We're the worst critics of ourselves.
But, like...
It humbled me, and it
definitely humbling.
Yeah, definitely humbling. And then it taught me more than anything else ever has, because it was me doing it on my own with just, you know, having a base there. Like, all instructors is a base. Like, they just hold that space for you and give you the suggestion of, this is the safe way to move your body, find your safe way.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And it's
and I
really fucking scientifically proven, so
through in your teaching too, because I've gotten that same message from you, from your mouth. But also,
you love the messages.
Oh my god. But like for me, yoga really helped with, because I had tried doing meditation before, and
before yoga, like ever trying yoga?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, way before yoga.
You went the hard route.
Well, okay, so the first times that I ever did yoga was there was one time that me and my ex were on vacation in the mountains somewhere in Virginia, and the resort place had a yoga class in the morning at some point, and it was, you know, vacation resort yoga. It was...
you hush, don't start stereotyping.
No.
Like,
I'm not stereotyping. I'm just saying it was
how
a
people travel.
beginner's class.
Okay,
and
yeah.
we were beginners, to be fair.
Okay,
we were beginners. That was the only yoga class I had ever been to in my life up to that point. And yeah, it wasn't that difficult. Like, it wasn't like a, quote, workout. And that was what my ex wrote it off as. It's like, well, that's not a workout. That's not a exercise class. It's not even worth going. All this time, in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't know, I kind of enjoyed that shit. And, like, the teacher was saying, like, a lot of the same shit that you say all the time of, like, you know, these, like, uplifting messages and, like, you know, during the class being, you know, a decent teacher and paying attention to how people are actually doing and stuff, and I, you know, actually kind of enjoyed it. And then there was another time that we went to the Y, and it was
like a power class?
No, it was not. It was the opposite. What is the, like, super chill one called? It's, like, really... Restorative, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where they give you, like, a blanket and a candy at the end.
Like, yeah.
They give
oh
you,
my
like,
god, they gave you a candy?
Yes, it was, like, a Reese's cup or, like, one of those fun-sized candy bars. It was fantastic. But also, once again, got written off by my ex-wife as just a... Ugh, why would I ever do that? That's not gonna get me skinny. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
okay, so she was just wanting to work out.
Yeah,
She
she
didn't
did
want to
like
go to
HIIT
yoga.
classes
She wanted.
and shit.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes sense as to why she had the reaction to that.
But like at the same time, I was like, I don't know, that's kind of cool, stretching around and shit. Like, that's, as you know, I like taking the easy way out, and if I can stretch and stuff, and it's definitely not the easy way out after doing like actual like yoga and like hot yoga and power yoga and shit, and I still enjoy it a lot. But it did teach me like a lot. It got me a lot better at being mindful of everything all the time, especially like I work in the fucking heat all goddamn day. Every summer it has been awful. But as soon as I start doing hot yoga, it was like, okay, well, you know, my body now knows, all right, we're in the heat. It's gonna be like this for a while. Just accept it. No matter what happens, just keep breathing. Just push through it. And
It makes you aware of what you need.
Yeah.
In the moment.
Yeah.
And that's the literal most important thing in life is just being present to yourself.
Yeah.
In the moment.
Mindfulness.
Fucking mindfulness.
Paying attention to what's going on around you and what your sensory inputs are telling you. Which is a little weird anyway.
For everybody is weird.
Well, yeah, because just having sensory inputs is weird, and the fact that we only have so many and other species and beings have way more, like that shit we were watching about the fish and the bugs and shit that can see UV light.
That's just so crazy.
It's fucking
But
wild.
I mean, we can. It's just
not
through
sensitive.
lenses. Yeah,
And
it's not
like
as sensitive.
dogs'
and
noses, like, come on. There's so much more to this reality that we have no fucking idea about.
We stopped evolving, okay? Like we as humans.
Well,
yes,
okay.
our bodies evolved. I get it. Our bodies evolved, but I meant like we just advanced technology and made other shit do it for us.
There's something to be said for that, though.
That's a good thing because of what we use it for advancements in bettering our bodies. But if we would have evolved the way we were supposed to and stayed in like the hive mind of just open connectedness to, you know, fucking everything that is a part of quote-unquote life, then, you know, shit would have fucking happened as it was supposed to happen, which, not necessarily that, but, I don't know, like, I think we would have been so much stronger.
Awful lot like my dog argument.
What?
What you just said. If we didn't mess up all of our shit with technology and whatnot, then we would have evolved
like if we
the way
didn't
that we were
just
supposed
evolve in that area, if we evolved in like our physical structure, stature, like yes, our bodies sustain themselves longer, but that is because of that technology.
Yeah.
It's not because of the actual like physical shit we did to our bodies to continue evolving us. Well, dogs were bred for specific things. Like
so were we. We were bred to make cool stuff. That's basically it. That's basically the premise of humanity. Is like, let's build cool shit so that we can stay dry and warm.
Maintain homeostasis, like all the stupid other organisms.
Yeah. And you know what? It's fucking working. It's so easy to stay alive now. It's actually harder to die than it is to just stay the fuck alive, I think.
Big time. Because the fucking body is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you were saying. You are enough. You know, fucking... There are people that can fast for months, right? Like, ridiculous what the human body is capable of. Like, Wim Hof, the guy we were listening to the other day, climbing Mount Everest with
So
a pair of
crazy.
shorts.
Just a fucking pair of shorts.
That's it. That's all he had. The whole way up.
So insane.
And then he got a group of old people, and they all
Do
did
it.
it together.
Yeah!
He just taught them how to breathe weird.
Okay, when you say it like that, you take away from it.
I don't think so.
Because it's a very powerful
I think
thing.
that makes it more powerful seeming. Because, like, if there's really a magic trick like that, and it's a fucking magic trick, is what it is.
It feels like a magic trick because some people are able to tap into it at a more rapid rate.
He said it
with
takes
better
30 minutes to
efficiency.
teach somebody.
Okay, if someone is a skilled trainer, they know the exact way
Yeah.
to teach someone to control the body. The body is very easy to manipulate and control and to trick. That is why, like, a lot of people kind of, I think, shy off from psychology and stuff. They're like, no, that's mind games. You're just fucking with my mind. I don't want to pay someone to fuck with my mind. No, that's the fucking purpose. It's to figure out your mind and figure out the ways in which you need to fuck with it to make it work how you want to, which is successfully living in a fulfilling life in many aspects. So...
But, like, hypnosis is, like, straight up opening the side of your skull and fucking with shit inside there.
Exactly. You can trick the mind in many different ways. There's a lot of different treatments. Hypnosis, fucking psychedelics, like, you know, you can fucking go into anything. Just cognitive behavioral therapy, EMDR shit, like,
First of
so
all,
many.
CBT meant something completely different to me before I heard about cognitive behavioral therapy.
What?
It's, like, my most avoided porn category.
Oh, God. What is it?
Cock and ball torture.
Oh, okay.
I hate it.
I would not want to watch that.
Terrible.
Okay, like...
It's like... Women in high heel stilettos.
Oh, stepping
on
shit?
balls.
Yeah. Okay. So like the physical bullshit. Nah. I'm okay with a little like rough stuff, but
Yeah, right. Like rough rubbing with a bare foot? Sure. Stiletto heel on my nut? No. No, I'm good.
Oh, that's just...
Yeah. We don't want any pop balloons.
No. That doesn't sound fun for anybody.
Speaking of which, have you ever been with somebody before who also had a foot fetish, and were they as good at sucking toes as me?
I'm gonna preface this by saying I have had my toes sucked before.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact they didn't have a foot fetish. It was like
It was just a dare?
No, it wasn't even a dare.
God.
Thank you very much. It was a very sensual experience, actually.
You said they weren't into it.
No. They didn't have a foot fetish. That's what I said.
It just wasn't their bag.
No, I didn't make them do it or anything. Like, let me explain my shit.
Okay, go ahead.
So, like, you know, it was literally how I explained it was like, kiss me like Gomez, you know, head to toe.
Yeah,
so
right.
That was like literally every inch, and I have never been like sensually. It's so hard to tell you. This is weird. So at that moment in time,
that is what this podcast is about, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but it's weird talking to you about it. But it's whatever. So, you know, it was like kissing like Gomez and shit. And, you know, you was sucking on skin. So, you get to the toes, you're going to suck a little toes. And I admit, I liked every bit of that.
Yeah.
Not specifically the toes, just being...
All over.
I like being sensual.
Okay.
There we go. So, like, the Addams Family, Gomez and Morticia is my ideal sensual... sexual aspect, I guess, for my aim for, like, getting into shit. That's my foreplay right there.
Is that what we should do for Halloween then? We get a
no.
Sharpie mustache?
No. I'm fucking cosplaying. Okay? Ever since I started legitimately cosplaying for Halloween, I've done it every year until I fucking dated you, Mr. Okay, yeah, sure, we'll do it. Procrastination.
I just can't ever decide. And I already have a Link costume that I can make into a million things.
Exactly, that you've
done to death? Yeah, I know.
I'm telling you, we need to go with the... I will mold my foot for you. I will individually make your feet.
All right. Listeners, it's time to write in.
Facts.
So,
we need help.
You know the guy from My Hero Academia. I can't remember his name right now. He's got fucking hands all over his body. He's a bad guy. He can disintegrate people.
Jamie. Oh, shit. I'm the Jamie.
Yeah.
Do I need to Google this?
If you can. But I'm just going to continue describing his
going,
character until you look it up. So, this motherfucker has daddy issues out the ass. Also, hands out the ass. All over his body. One on his face, on his head, on his shoulders. Shigaraki?
Yep.
Yeah. So, Shigaraki is the cosplay that Brittney has proposed that I do. And she would obviously be Himiko Toga. Because, god damn. But anyway, the twist on Shigaraki would be that instead of hands all over his body, I would have molds of Brittney's feet all over myself. Which I'm actually down for. It just seems like a long process.
That's the point of a cosplay. It's the experience of getting all your pieces together and then putting them together. It's so easy. Do you know how easy it is to paper mache a fucking foot? Easy. But you know what's even easier? Finding that weird silicone shit that's even lighter. So, look, I told you, I'm a crafty person. I also haven't done crafts since I dated you because I waste a lot of my life watching TV shows now. But anyways, I love you so much.
Well, you gotta catch up. You're behind.
I know this.
You hadn't even seen Avatar. Korra.
I just hadn't finished Korra, thank you very much.
I thought you didn't finish the original, too. Because we watched through the whole thing.
We just wanted to watch through it again. Well, I wanted to watch it again.
Everybody always wants to watch Airbender again. And I'm like, oh my god, I've seen it a billion times.
So good.
It's
good.
Korra's
fucking good.
It's really fucking good. It's just that I've seen it a lot more times than I've seen Korra. Because of that same fact that everybody's like, I don't know, Korra's kind of whiny. And I'm like, okay, but if you were in that situation, how would you react? To having God, can we give spoilers for Korra yet? It's been 4 years.
It just hit Netflix, last year? I don't think we can.
Well, spoilers for Korra, it's amazing.
Okay, well that's not never.
Spoiler alert. There's so much good shit in there.
So much. I love all the inventions. The inventions are so much better than Avatar.
Yeah.
I will say that much.
And, it's
Boom
the same...
Chew is the shit!
It's the same guy that made the first one. It's directed by the same guy who directed Clone Wars and The Mandalorian. Dave Filoni is a goddamn godsend. He saved the whole Star Wars universe from Disney's whatever they're doing now to the main movies.
I don't even want to think about that.
I read an article that J.J. Abrams basically, J.J. Abrams was interview, and I actually, like, this is not, I just read the headline and I just moved on.
Read the whole
I
thing.
looked
Yeah.
at the article, read the whole thing. They had direct quotes from J.J. Abrams where he was talking about Disney executives literally not letting him back into the editing room while they were editing the last episode 9, the last Star Wars movie, and talked about them changing the script on him where he had no say in whether or not they were changing it or not. He said they changed major plot points that he wasn't planning on having in the movie.
Does he have, like, contractual stuff that says, like, nah, bro, this is my personal shit?
No, because he's just the director.
Oh, so
he
he's
might be a producer, maybe, but I'm pretty sure he was just the director on this. And Disney is too big to let one guy have his way with everything.
Duh.
Except Dave Filoni, apparently, because they're like, yo, bro, just make whatever you want. Because he did really good on the Clone Wars.
Because it sells, and it's on Netflix, and because it's more...
Disney Plus now, but it was.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's... I like the movies better.
You like the movies? The new ones?
I like the old ones.
The old
I
ones?
love
the classic ones, right?
Yeah.
The OG
fucking
ones.
OGs. Because I love the... I'm a sucker. Like, I'm a theater kid. I grew up a fucking theater kid, drama person. So, like...
Gross!
Scene kid. Shut up. I was also a fucking scene... I was a jack of all trades in high school, and I have continued that for all of my life. Anyways. I was not in band, but I could play instruments and practically was in band.
I didn't want to be an actor because all the other Boy Scouts told me it would be gay.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's where you get to kiss all the girls. They're just stupid. Anyways. So, I don't know. I loved it. And I loved, like, all that stuff.
My Boy Scout troop was mostly degenerates. Shout out Tony Miles!
Fucking Augusta. Oh, I can't wait to get out. Anyways. Love
the
y'all.
OG Star Wars.
OG,
like it because you're a theater
I love it
kid?
because I'm a theater kid and I grew up like making my own props and having to
Practical
do like
effects.
practical effects that look so fucking realistic. And I loved that shit. I loved that in the old movies. They did so good at them. And they were ahead of their time. And even in their fucking primes. Like...
Well, that's the thing about the sequels, the 7, 8, and 9, the newest ones that just came out. Like, they definitely up the ante with practical effects.
Like, for sure.
For today's standards.
Sure.
Like...
But I'm just a fucking sucker for the classics.
Yeah. 1, 2, and 3.
Just the storylines are a lot better for... I like them better.
Well, okay, so the storylines...
Those parts.
Are stolen.
Really? I didn't...
Yes, it's an ancient Japanese myth. And...
Oh, like the father, son... Like the main... Okay.
Yeah, saving the princess from the evil imperial castle. The entire overarching plot of Star Wars is directly ripped off from another race. Once again, George Lucas.
Okay, look, we all know he's a terrible fucking human being. But he
gave
a lot
us Star
of
Wars
artists can be terrible as humans.
Yeah, like J.K. Rowling.
Facts.
But, the newer Star Wars definitely brought back the whole practical effects thing. The prequels were 100% like just CGI to the max. But I love them because they came out when I was like 12 years old. So, actually, episode 1 came out when I was 8 years old. So, it was a very nostalgic start
I like
time.
The classics.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Yeah, I mean, the classics are good, but it's also another one of those things that I've just watched it so many times. And I mean, it's been a while at this point. Not that long, because we watched them all in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And that was...
Almost 2 years ago.
Almost 2 fucking years ago. Holy shit. That's probably the last time I watched all of them. Well, at least the old ones.
Yeah.
I think we watched episode 2 and 3 recently. Man, that was fun. If you have any nostalgia for Star Wars whatsoever, and also an affinity for psychedelics, combine the two. It's amazing.
And even if you're not on said psychedelics, be around those people.
Oh yeah,
watching the Star Wars.
We were watching episode 2. It was the very beginning stages, so I'm not, I'm still all there, basically. And it took me right back to the first time I ever watched it, and the entire time I gave commentary as if I was
on
allowed
stage. Yeah.
As if I was allowed to talk through the whole movie the first time I ever saw it in theaters. Like, if I had actually done that as a 12-year-old, I would have gotten, strangled in the movie theater. But it was all of my same reactions that I had in my head during that period of time, just out loud on the couch at my house. Which is another reason movie theaters need to die. Sorry, what's up?
Totally should have told you to get 2 bottles, because I forgot we got big ass fancy
Guess what?
glasses.
There's a second bottle.
You got 2! Did you get
It's
2
downstairs.
bottles of
No, it's
red?
the white one.
Oh, okay. I can kind of deal with that.
For those curious, we're talking about Welch's Sparkling Grape Juice.
Direct kind better.
For the fancy sober person.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the actual wine glass,
zipping.
which I thought would be a good choice for a podcast wine glass, because it says, "Wine a little, you'll feel better."
I mean, fact.
So, I love talking about Star Wars, but
I can't wait. Okay, guys, so we got the shout out to fucking IKEA, because I didn't think I'd ever find anything there that I'd like other than, their actual fucking kitchens.
oh my god.
Oh my god, I love kitchens.
Yeah.
Kitchens are the shit, man.
For those of you curious, right now, Google IKEA PS2014.
Yeah.
That's
pendant light. It's
That's
an
the-
exploding pendant light. And
Yeah.
if you're a Pinterest nut like me or an Etsy nut like me,
You absolutely
fucking
have to look at
craft
this thing.
shit, you have to look at this, and instant Death Star vibes.
Yeah.
Instantaneous.
For those of you driving right now, we'll try and describe it. It's a sphere
that
made
explodes.
out of well, it's a light fixture. So it hangs off of the ceiling, and it's a sphere. And then it's got these 2 little balls on strings. And depending on which one you pull, the sphere will open itself into a bunch of little puzzle pieces that look like, the Death Star exploding. Or if you pull it the other way, it'll close itself back up into a sphere. That's the best way I can describe it. But
anyways, we told you exactly what to Google, so you can see the fucking phenomenal picture of it. So it comes in a chrome on the inside, so the light shines on the chrome, or a gold on the inside. And obviously we went with the gold, so it looks like an explosion, and it looks way better than the chrome. Well, I found the exact instructions on how to make it the exploding Death Star, and that is going to be my project for the next, probably, let's be honest here, probably a month.
I better not. I want that thing up. I want to see it. I love it. If there was a way,
do you know who's painting it?
Well,
and painting every single piece and taping it and then painting it again and then
I will
coating
help,
it.
but
when are
only
you
thing
gonna
is-
help? Like,
the
don't
weekend.
even, let's be
The
honest.
weekend. When are you gonna help? You work too
I have
now. Anyway.
one day off, and that's Saturdays. I might be able to work on it on Tuesdays and maybe a little Fridays, but like Sundays are way too busy now. Like,
Anyway.
I'm busy.
It's raining like every day anyway. There's no way we
That
could,
too.
because we're gonna have to like paint it outside, right?
No.
Or are you?
I'm just doing fucking
Painting
acrylic
with a
and then
brush?
coating it. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like spray.
Oh, spray paint's expensive and
Expensive?
also
That's
like,
the cheapest paint there is.
good spray paint is expensive.
Okay.
The spray paint that I would use on this is expensive because you don't want to. You got to get something that's heat resistant, which
Yeah.
you know most are nowadays. But I also don't want to, you know. I don't know. Maybe I will spray paint it. I don't know. I feel better painting it though. I'm not sure, but maybe spray paint will work better.
It'd
If
be
I
a
could
lot
see-
fucking faster.
Oh
You
yeah.
just
it'd be
lay
a lot
off all the
faster.
pieces on a piece of cardboard and
I'm so old fashioned though. I like.
it looked the same. Though.
I know.
It probably
I know.
even look better. It'd be a more even coat, probably, unless you're a master painter, and I just don't know it.
I mean, I do paint, but it's
I
abstract.
paint too. It's right next to the bathroom
Yeah,
mirror.
you actually paint very well.
Nah.
Over here, even your fucking stupid
sun?
acrylic pours are phenomenal. Your son looks
How
like the
are
perfect
those-
acid drop cartoon. Like
Yeah. I
Hush.
did that at one of those
paint sip
stupid ass
thing,
bachelorette party things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where they do you paint
Sip
while
and
you're
paint,
drinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Done a
And
few of
it
those.
was like paint this river and these trees and here's the sun and I was like, okay, but what? I need to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I made it the Screaming Sun from Rick and Morty. And actually, when I looked at it the other day while I was tripping on acid, it was I was kind of proud of myself for it. But at the same time, it was like, it's not like a good painting.
Yeah,
And
I feel like you only think that because it was so easy for you. Things that are very easy for you, I have noticed. You've been like, oh, I'm not good at that. And it's like, just because it's easy and not has to be hard doesn't, like, I don't know. I feel
I
like
don't
that's
know.
a trend for you. You're like, no, I gotta be able to work for this shit. No, you don't. You can be a natural at something. And your family are natural artists. Like, I've seen your mom, I've seen her fucking do so many different, like, art things, and I've seen, like, Gabby's a fucking dancer. Like, she literally makes art with her body. Your fucking brother can paint his goddamn ass off. Like, come on, y'all.
Have you seen
Y'all are
Ben's
all
Lego
artists.
sets?
And Ben's fucking Lego sets.
my little brother,
Oh, he can definitely beast mode Andrew.
at
and
like 4 or 5
oh my
years old, made a Lego replica of the Titanic with the proper
To
amount
scale.
of smokestacks
Yeah.
to scale, with a mechanism built into the Lego set where it would break in half exactly where the actual Titanic broke in half. Proud as fuck of this kid. Like,
Lego little mini master right there.
yeah.
How old do you have to be to go on Lego Masters?
I don't know.
Because you know what would be fucking insane? You and Ben on fucking Lego Masters? Oh my god!
It's a lot of fucking pressure, man.
Why?
Because I'm his older brother. And like,
We're
if
gonna
we
do-
lose, if say we get eliminated first, yikes!
Yeah.
That's on me for the rest of my life. I fucked up his whole life. doing
No,
it.
you didn't. That's probably just going to be a fun experience. Ben is not the type of kid that sees competition
You're right. He
or anything
is
like
way-
that. He just has so much fucking fun with life, and he is one of
so
the coolest
far
fucking
beyond
kids.
his
Yeah,
years.
I'm like, he's such a little old soul just stuffed into this little kid body.
I feel for
I
him.
love it so much.
Because I always have been, too.
Yeah.
Always.
But he gets to, embrace it, whereas you guys, unfortunately, had to fucking deal with a tyrant that was, destroying your fucking mother and entire life. But anyways, that was the last podcast. So. I love you.
Speaking
I
of.
love everything that has made you you.
I love you, too. But speaking of the last podcast, this is podcast number 4.
Yeah.
Your favorite number.
It is my favorite number.
Is there a reason for that?
Yes, actually. So, I love even numbers, first of all, because I just find odd numbers weird. Like, they just don't sit. Like,
I have yet to meet a person with OCD that likes odd numbers.
Exactly. I have really fucking bad OCD, like, since I was a child, like, because I used to do it with colors a lot. When I was a kid, it was colors, because it was the first thing, like, I learned, and then it was shapes, so I used to just organize things early on, especially like cleaning my room and stuff, because I grew up, like, my grandma and my aunt raised me, because my parents were working and shit. My aunt was still living at my grandma's at the time, and I grew up with my cousin. He's practically my brother. But yeah, man, like, so, my last name is, my initials are BC, so I'm always right around the 4th in all public school classes. I've been around the number 4.
Okay. For roll call and
For
shit?
roll call until about 5th grade? 5th grade? I was number 4 until 5th grade, which is like, about to hit middle school.
Yeah.
So that was like a significant thing for me. And then I remember it being incorporated into a lot of my life. Like, I know people always say things come in 3s, but for me, they have always come in 4s. Like 3s, and then the 4 is like a little less than all those 3s. If that makes sense. Ooh, that sparkly is...
Yeah.
Actually, I lied. It's not the sparkling that's doing that. It was that weird kombucha that I got. It was not worth it. Not worth it. I knew when I got it, too, that I was like, I'm not going to like this one either, because I didn't like the lavender lemonade, and that would have been a better flavor. And the lavender lemonade
Probably, yeah.
No, it didn't taste good. That's the one I had
Lavender
at...
lemonade?
Well, that's the first one I tried at the Soul Food Kitchen, and I was like, that's disgusting. And I just don't... I think they brew the kombucha too long. It tastes too close to beer to me.
Kombucha is terrible.
I love certain kombuchas. I've only liked kombuchas, like, when I was in India, I liked all the kombucha that I had there, because it was all fucking, like, made at the ashram, we were saying, so super fresh and awesome. But I like Buchi kombucha.
Buchi?
Buchi, it's Buchie. It's in Asheville. It's
it's a
local
band?
Asheville. It's like Witch's Brewery, and they, one of my favorite vegan places in Asheville, Rosetta's Bar, or Rosetta's Kitchen, has all the Buchi kombuchas on tap. So, like, that's cool AF, bro. That's so cool.
I guess, and like, I've been thinking about this, if I did have to pick a favorite number, it'd probably be 28. Because that's like the day of my birthday. Seems like a nice round number. It's the perfect amount of days to be in a month, I feel like. Because it's 4 weeks exactly. Like, it just makes fucking sense. I once saw a calendar concept that would be like a potential to switch to, which is every month has 28 days, and then there is 1 day a year that is New Year's Day. It's not part of any other month. It's not part of the week. It's just its own fucking day. It's a gap day. Yeah. And then, like, every however many years, there would be 2 of them. And it's just super fucking simple. Really straightforward. It would be, every holiday would end up on the same day every year.
Oh, that'd be so convenient.
Right. Yeah. Even if it's, like, the 3rd Thursday of this month, it's always the fucking...
3rd Thursday.
Yeah. Whatever number.
That'd be nice.
28. I think it's solid.
That's a good number. I like that number.
Yeah.
Something about 4, though. Just does it for me.
Just does it. Just gets your wop going.
Yeah. Totally. Just the number.
It's a sexy number, I guess.
A little bit. I feel like it is one of those numbers that you can draw the most ways and it still maintain its integrity.
Yeah, that is true.
Like whenever it's in any kind of font. Because, like, a lot of times 3s, 8s, and 5s, when you draw them fancy, look the same. But 4s will always have just the top part is connected and, or, in the shape. I think that's another reason why I like the number 4 is because drawing it, I've always been able to, like, draw it ambidextrously and also
backwards and forwards.
Different ways. Yeah, different ways. It's one of the numbers that I can draw many different ways, like naturally. Just naturally do it different ways each time.
It's just built into your system.
I guess so.
Is Aquarius the 4th zodiac sign? Or... No.
I have no clue.
It's gotta be like order. 11, right? I thought Pisces was last for some reason. Maybe that's just how the memes show up.
I think that's usually how the memes show up.
Usually Pisces is last, so I have to read everybody else's bullshit before I get to my thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm Ariel. Alright, let's move on.
Look, sometimes those be on point.
Sometimes they're total and utter bullshit.
Oh, most of them are.
Like, the fucking...
The most of them are.
I think I got put as, it was like an Adventure Time one, maybe. And I'm trying to remember... God damn it. It must not have been Adventure Time, because I know all those characters. I can't remember which one it was. But it was something stupid. And, like, I got... Like, Pisces was just, like, some, like, bullish, tough guy. And I was like,
okay, no.
Have you ever read anything about Pisces ever? Person who made this meme. Like...
Clearly not.
And that's the thing that freaks me out is, like, every time I read one of those, like, descriptions of your sign or whatever, and I'm like, this is oddly specific.
I think it's only because most people can generally relate to any of them in some form.
Well, that's true as well. But
like, legitimate
this is not the stance I thought you would take. But...
Well, because I know most of the stuff out there is bullshit.
Right.
But... when it comes down to it, it is real stuff. Like, I'm sorry, the fucking stars are real. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. And the universe is real.
Yes.
All the energy is connected to them. And when some life is created to be put into said universe as, like, a new spring of whatever soul timeline they're traveling on now, that's a significant thing. The place it happens, the time it happens... where all the other fucking shit is during that moment is a significant thing. Like, bitch, we are fucking, 98% water? You don't think the goddamn planets control any part of anything like that? Or, the human beings that cycle with them?
There's also, even just on this planet, like, the time of year that you're born in determines your childhood. Like, your first developmental year starts at a certain point. If you're born in the like, right before a freezing cold winter in the middle of Canada, like, you're probably going to end up tougher than everybody else because you survived the first year of your life in the frigid cold of
Or,
a blizzard.
complete opposite, you could have been completely sheltered because they just kept you indoors all the time and want to keep you safe and shit. Because, it can go both ways. But, like you said,
And
it's
then
a
you're
significant thing. Not necessarily, but that could happen. Yeah.
Okay, not all people born in a Californian summer are cucks. But all cucks are born in a Californian summer.
Oh, okay.
I just... Like, there are a lot of factors that go into making a person a person. Making somebody, their personality, the way that it is.
Yuck.
Exactly. It's disgusting.
I think it's beautiful, even when it's disgusting.
I think it's weird how little control we have over it.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, most people do have control over themselves to an extent, but also in a way, like, there's a lot of stuff that's completely up to the universe.
Shit happens.
Shit happens.
There's nothing left in that.
No, that's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Shit happens.
Shit happens. You just gotta choose if you're gonna let it sit there or fucking clean it up.
Really?
Do you want it to stay there so you can step in it later, or clean it the fuck up?
But it's so gross.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to touch it with my hands.
Then don't. Fucking grab a glove or some toilet paper. It's not that hard, but we as humans make it difficult on ourselves a lot of times.
So, when it comes to talking to my dad, what is the sanitary glove? What is the sanitary glove that I can pick up that massive piece of dog shit with? Because that's a big pile of shit that's been sitting in the middle of my room for years.
Look, to be fair, I think you have a very...
I'm not calling my dad dog shit, by the way. I'm calling the conversation with my dad dog shit. Go ahead.
I don't know. I feel like you could call your dad dog shit. And it'd be valid. Valid AF. Anyways. I don't know, though. Like, everybody's dog shit and everybody's not dog shit, though. So
everybody is somebody else's dog shit in the middle of their room. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's...
The metaphorical glove you would need for that conversation is lots of self-work. A lot of self-work. Which, you do in the physical aspect of it, which is helping the mental aspect right now.
I was really hoping it would be alcohol. But you're
I
probably
think you
right.
kind of figured out that
No, that's terrible. That's that's like trying to pick up the metaphorical dog shit with my own ass. That's what drinking and then trying to conquer this situation is like. It's like a piece of a dog shat in the middle of your room, and you're like, well, I guess I need to pick it up with my own butthole. And it just doesn't pan out well. It gets real messy.
Yeah. Yeah, then you end up shitting yourself. Maybe puking because it's that gross.
Yeah, because you were trying to push out to open your butthole to be able to pick up the other shit. But instead, your own shit starts falling out. This is a very apt metaphor.
It really is. I like it, but I don't.
Most of the time, alcohol is like trying to use your ass to accomplish basic tasks.
Except
That's
sitting
what
down.
using alcohol as a device to accomplish anything is like, anyway.
I don't know. I've met some people that use alcohol in a positive, motivational aspect. Because they don't use it in excess. Excess.
Well, okay, so, like, 1 or 2 drinks really works for doing stand-up comedy. Because you're going up on stage in front of a bunch of people. Like,
For you.
Yeah, right, exactly. But it doesn't work for everybody. But in general, most comedians, that I know, will definitely do a little bit better at relaxing themselves on stage after just a few, not over that.
It's because, like...
It's because it literally turns off the part of your brain that cares.
Yeah.
That's what it's best at.
That is what
Which
it's best
is why
at.
it is the butt.
It releases your inhibitions.
Pooper scoopers.
Like your... it is the butt of pooper scoopers, yes.
Yeah.
It is the... I like this analogy a lot.
That's what it is.
Oh, wow, that's funny.
It's really good at helping you show your ass, which is a...
Oh my god, it just keeps getting better.
It's a benefit on stage sometimes. Sometimes. Once again,
Sometimes.
not too far to where you don't have any material anymore and you're just showing your ass. It needs to be an additive thing, not... Okay, well, now my ass has the entire stage.
Exactly. You're not just your biscuits.
Oh my god.
For those of you who do not know,
Which
Andrew's
is basically
about,
everyone.
What, 6'2", 6'4"?
6, like it. 6 nothing.
Really? You're not
probably.
like 6'2"? I think you're like 6'2".
I don't think so.
I think he's like 6'2". Anyways,
Yeah,
I've
well,
dated
you're
someone
like
who's
4'11", right?
No, I'm not. I'm 5'1", thank you very much.
Oh! I was very close, though.
I tell people so much that I'm from 5'1",
Yeah.
that I'm a little offended that you don't remember. But anyways, I know you don't remember things on a regular basis, so
Yeah.
it's not real offense.
Thanks. It's the trauma. My memory is shit.
Same,
So,
but I
everybody
blame it on
listening, get ready for a
weed.
lot of repeats.
Ugh.
But you were saying...
What was I saying?
You were talking about...
Oh, yeah, okay, so you're like, he like 6'2",
Oh, yeah.
he got that like Y body, just fucking scrawny chicken leg, this tiny ass.
Working on it.
Yeah,
I was
he
doing
working
squats earlier.
on it. Oh, he was doing squats earlier?
Yeah.
He trying to upgrade them biscuits to some cake. Because his booty
So back to the
bone
point.
hurt. He got little buns, y'all. He literally, my hand.
Little buns.
I can caress his whole ass with like my hand sideways.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like it because
and-
they are handfuls.
She likes to call them biscuits.
Yeah, because if you ever made drop biscuits, like the actual biscuit shape, you just put the whole biscuit in your hand and you drop it on the pan. So, drop biscuits. Even though his balls look more like drop biscuits rather than his butt, it's just a good size reference. 'Cause
Oh my god.
I've made biscuits so many times that his ass cheek, each are perfect biscuit quantities that I would drop.
Now,
biscuits.
each and every one of you has an exact description of the size of my ass cheeks.
For now.
For now, right? Yeah,
You gotta
I'm getting after it.
Batter them up.
Yeah.
let them bake little baked biscuits. I like butter in the biscuits.
Yes, you do.
Sometimes knife is optional. He's a little scared.
Yeah, well, it's a sharp knife.
I'm not gonna do nothing.
This is why I said obviously to the toga thing earlier.
Are we doing this?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hi, audience. We're getting naked.
In the studio!
In the studio! We was talking about biscuits, so, you know, gotta show them off. Now I have a fucking distraction the whole time. Which
see, that's why I didn't
you
want
already a distraction.
Oh.
Too many articles of clothing.
Yeah, you got a bunch.
Yeah, oh, 3.
It's the first time I've ever done a podcast nude.
My idea.
Yes, it was.
Nice dick.
Nice. Everything.
Oh. One up and over there.
Of course, I could already see the main attraction earlier.
Because they always be there.
Got them feet up on the table.
Toes on the ledge.
Oof. I think we're creeping people out at this point.
Duh. I think we're perverts, y'all. We're perverts.
But
Thanks.
to
trauma.
be fair, if they've listened this long,
They should know already.
they should know already. Yeah, they should be hardcore fans.
Look, I'm a hippie. He's a weird alien hippie emo kid. He just stayed the scene kid. And I just went the hippie route. Faux show.
Just went full bore into it. The
Yeah.
dream catchers, the...
Look, I only have one dream catcher, okay? First of all.
Okay. But you're also a yoga instructor with dreadlocks.
Yeah.
A tattoo of a mushroom.
You want to tell them about my greenhouse and
Yeah.
my shrine of
greenhouse.
crystals and my sage and my salt lamp and...
Oh my god, the salt lamp.
I love my salt lamp. It's a penguin.
It's a penguin.
It's a fucking penguin. I love penguins.
Also
I have
a
this
cat
other...
Buddha.
Oh yes, the cat Buddha is the shrine of my altar, which is just a tea cabinet at the moment. I need to repair one of its legs. I was thinking about doing the ramen thing, but I was like, nah, I don't even want to try that. I want to actually get it repaired and, like, done up a different color, because I don't like the red. I think I want it blue, for sure.
Does
Like
the
a
ramen
nice
thing
blue.
really work?
Yeah, the ramen thing really works. It's
You
just...
fill wood with ramen?
Yeah.
Basically. God damn.
So weird.
Yeah.
But also, I would never do it, because I feel like that's not structurally sound.
Yeah.
It's just fucking noodles.
Maybe.
You know how much it took me to crush those noodles in elementary school to make ramen? Yeah.
Nothing.
I clap my goddamn little tiny ass hands.
Yeah. 5
Take
years
it-
old. Boom.
Yeah. Boom. Done. Shake the little packet in there. Yum, yum, yum. This is why I'm addicted to
I used to
sodium.
Take the flavor packets, like you open up the packet of the top ramen or whatever, the plastic one.
Mhm.
You dump the flavor packet in there, close it up, maybe put it in a Ziploc, and then just smash up the noodles and shake
yeah,
it up.
that's what I'm talking about.
And just eat it dry. Like,
Yeah, you don't even make the soup. You just... That's a snack.
Yeah.
That's like your chips when you're broke and you're a poor person.
Yeah.
I grew up
My
on...
buddy called it prison ramen.
That's what it is! That's
Yeah.
what it is! Yes! I grew up on ramen, spaghetti with white bread, garlic bread that my mom burned all the time because she did not know how to make anything. She doesn't know how to bake. My mom will tell you that. She don't know how to fucking bake. I'm the baker. I'm the cook in the family. Besides my grandma and my aunt. It's just my mom that got shafted. She can cook, though. She can cook southern food. That's about it. But yeah, fucking Spam, bumblebee tuna, hamburger helper, meatloaf.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
White
we were
people
lucky,
food.
we got lasagna.
White people
But that's why,
food.
like, you know, I would go to my grandma's
She cooked white people food too.
She definitely cooked white people food, but at least she knows how to cook other stuff too. Because that's the whole thing.
Alright.
I feel like this was not as productive as I wanted it to be. But
What would make it more productive?
I don't know. I have no clue. It's just most of my nerves were like, you know.
I'm sure it'll get better the next time you're on. Because I'm sure I'm going to have you on again. And again.
Okay, that's a lot of pressure, but okay.
That's not. That is less pressure. Because now it's like spread out over multiple things. That's literally how you relieve pressure, is creating multiple pillars to hold it up.
I know what exposure therapy is, Andrew. You don't gotta tell me.
Talking about cock and ball torture. Anyway.
No.
CBT. Yeah. What would make it more productive?
I really don't know. I just felt like you were gonna, ask me a whole bunch of questions. Which I feel like you've done, but also,
yeah,
I know
that's
you know
a good
me,
few.
so.
Well.
Wow.
Do you want to say your thing that you usually close out yoga with before we go? I feel like it's an apt closing thing, especially for your episode.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm a yoga instructor, so if you want to do the whole, I wouldn't even say cliche, because it's not, but I don't think it's namaskar hands, or like mudra. I am not tip-top on my yoga Sanskrit. Sanskrit is the yoga language. Or like mudras or symbols or anything. I have a whole bunch of books that I'm going to start reading on my downtime at work now because I realize I don't want to be on social media anymore. Like, as much. I just want to use it for business and, like, sharing stupid shit and positive shit and keeping up with people that I care about and don't get to talk to as often. Use it for the good stuff, not the, oh God, let me compare myself to everybody in the world. Anyways, so to close out the episode, everybody, if you want to find your shoulders over your hips, find a comfortable seated position. If it's comfortable for you, you can bring your eyes to a close. Just start to draw your focus into your breathing, noticing your body, how it feels to bring your shoulders, finding that strength. Bring your chin parallel to the ground. Nice big inhale, reaching your arms up. Palms facing each other. Bring them together. Fingertips touch. Exhale, bring those thumbs to your forehead. Thank you for sharing this space with me, giving me this opportunity to be a part of your experience and your journey, as well as you a part of mine. You are loved. You are cared for. You are enough. The light in me sees, honors, and respects the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Y'all have a...
Namaste naked.
Deep.
Kill your owner.
Yeah, but
Got it.
if it was really that secret, you wouldn't have heard about it, would you?